Hello everybody. In today's video, I'm gonna introduce about the basic concepts of the NEP 2020. Let's just read briefly what it says towards our education in India. Education is fundamental for achieving full human potential, developing an equitable and just society, and promoting national development. Providing universal access to quality education is the key to India's continued ascent and leadership on the global stage in terms of economic growth, social justice and equality, scientific advancement, national integration, and cultural preservation. Universal, high quality education is the best way forward for developing and maximizing our country's rich talent and resources for the good of the individual, the society, the country, and the world. India will have the highest population of young people in the world over the next decade, and our ability to provide high quality education opportunity to them will determine the future of our country. The Global Education Development Agenda reflect in the Goal 4, SDG 4 of the 2030 Agenda for the Sustainable Development. Adopted by India in 2015, seeks to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all by 2030. Such a lofty goal Such a lofty goal will require the entire education system to be reconfigured to support and foster learning so that all the critical targets and the goal SDGs of the 2030 agendas for sustainable development can be achieved. The world is undergoing rapid change in the knowledge landscapes with various dramatic scientific and technological advances, such as the rise of the big data, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. Many unskilled jobs worldwide may be taken over by machines, while the need for a skilled workforce, particularly involving mathematics, computer science, and the data science, in conjunctions with multidisciplinary abilities across the sciences, social sciences, humanities will be increasing in greater demand. With climate change, increasing pollutions, and depleting natural resources, there will be a seizable shift in how we meet the world's energy, water, food, and sanitation needs, against resulting in the need for new skilled labor, particularly in biology, chemistry, physics, agriculture, climatic science, and social science. The growing emergence of epidemics and pandemics will also call for collaborative research in infectious disease management, and the development of the vaccines and the resultant social issues heightens the need for multidisciplinary learning. There will be a growing demand for humanities and arts as India moves towards becoming a developed country as well as among the three largest economies in the world. Indeed, with the quickly changing employment landscapes and the global ecosystem, it's becoming increasingly critical that children not only learn, but more importantly, learn how to learn. Education thus must move towards less content and more towards learning about how to think critically and solve problems, how to be creative and multidisciplinary, and how to innovate, adapt, and absorb new materials in novel and changing fields. Pedagogy must evolve to make education more experiential, holistic, integrated, inquiry driven, discovery oriented, learning centered, discussion based, flexible, and of course, enjoyable. The curriculum must include basic arts, crafts, humanities, games, sports, fitness, language, literature, cultural, and values, in addition to science and mathematics, to develop all aspects and capability of learners and make education more well rounded, useful, and fulfilling to the learner. Education must build character, enable learning to be ethical, rational, compassionate, and caring, while at the same time prepare them for the gainful, fulfilling employment. The gap between the current state of the learning outcomes and what is required must be bridged through the undertaking major reforms and bring the highest quality, equity, and integrity into the system, from early childhood care and education through higher education. The aim must be for India to have an education system by 2040 that is second to none, with equitable access to the highest quality education for all learners, regardless of the social and economic background. This National Education Policy 2020 is the first education policy of the 21st century and aims to address the many growing development imperatives of our country. This policy possesses the revision and revamping of all aspects of the educational structures, including its regulations and governance. To create a new system that is aligned with the aspirations goals of the 21st century education, including SDG 4, while becoming upon India's tradition and value system. The National Education Policy lays particular emphasis on the development of the creative potential of each individual. It's based on the principle that education must develop not only cognitive capacities, both the foundation capacities of the literacy and numeracy and higher order, cognitive capacities such as critical thinking and problem solving, but also social, ethical, and emotional capabilities or capacities and dispositions. The rich heritage of ancient and eternal Indian knowledge and thought has been a guided light for this policy. The pursuit of the knowledge, jnana, wisdom, pragya, and truth, satya, was always considered in Indian thought and philosophy as the highest human goal. The aim of education in ancient India was not just the acquisition of knowledge as preparation for the life in this world or life beyond schooling, but for the complete realization and liberation of the self. World-class institutions of ancient India, such as Takshila, Nalanda, Vikramshila, Vallabhai, set the highest standards of the multidisciplinary teaching and research and hosted scholars and students from the across backgrounds and the countries. The Indian education system produced great scholars such as Chakra, Sushra, Aryabhatta, Bharami, Bhaskaracharya, Brahmaputra, Chanakya, Chakrapani, Datta, Madhva, Panini, Patanjali, Nagarjuna, Gautama, Pingala, Sankradev, Maitri, Gagi, and Trivalar, among numerous others, who made seminal contributions to world knowledge in diverse fields such as mathematics, astronomy, metallurgy, medical sciences, and surgery, civils, engineering, architectures, shipbuildings, navigations, yoga, fine arts, chess and more. Indian culture and philosophy have had a strong influence on the world. These rich legacies to world heritage must not only be nurtured and preserved for posterity, but also researched, enhanced, and put to new uses through our education system. The teacher must be at the center of the fundamental reforms in the education system. The new education policy must help re-establish teachers at all levels as the most respected and essential members of our society because they truly shape our next generation of the citizens. It must do everything to empower teachers and help them to do their job as effectively as possible. The new education policy must help recruit the very best and brightest to enter the teaching professions at all the levels by ensuring livelihood, respect, dignity, and autonomy, while also instilling in the system basic methods of quality control and accountability. The new education policy must provide to all students, irrespective of their places of their residence, quality education system with particular focus on the historical, marginalized, disadvantaged, and underrepresented groups. Education is the great leveler and is the best tool for achieving economic and social mobility, inclusion, and equality. Initiatives must be in the place to ensure that all the students from such group, despite inherent obstacles, are provided various targeted opportunities to enter and excel in the educational system. These elements must be incorporated, taking into the account the local and the global needs of the country, and with the respect for and deference to its rich diversity and culture, instilling knowledge of India and its varied social, cultural, and technological needs, its inimitable artistic language and knowledge traditions, and its strong ethics in India's young people and is considered critical for purpose of national pride, self-confidence, self-knowledge, cooperation, and integration. So this was the first phase of this NEP 2020 marked by the Government of India. Thank you.